God bless you. May be seated. I'm the Reverend Shnorr, and I can't wait to share with you my energy drink. I just got to figure out the packaging in the bottle. Let's start this like we do everything here. Hang on a second. I got to see what I'm doing. Oh, that makes me look old. I put them all the way up. Here we go. We go. Now, David came to Nob, to Elimelech, the priest. Think about that when you worry about your life. There used to be people named Nob running around. That don't seem right. Okay, now, I got some important business to take care of. It's been bothering me for a couple of months now. Disappointed in you, America. I am. I want you to take a look at these two guys. See them two? You lost friends over these two, haven't you? Huh? You almost come to blows with family members over these two guys here? Who's right there? You spent wasted hours arguing on Facebook, getting angry and depressed and sour over these two guys and their pals. Now I want you to answer me a question here. And tell me, which of these two guys come over to your dad's wake when he died, huh? Which of these two guys called you up out of the blue just to see how you were doing? Which of them showed up with a hot dinner when your old lady was in a hospital? Which one of them floated you alone to get you through till payday when the Bears didn't cover the spread? Which of them bought you a lap dance for your birthday? Huh? Which one of them has ever done anything loving or kind or thoughtful for you, or anyone you know or care about, without it also benefiting them? I've been watching you. I've been reading the things you write on the social media and whatnot, and it scares me. It really does. It scares me and it hurts me. Some of you, you're out there thinking Donald Trump, like he gave you his last kidney just after pulling your kid out of a burning building and telling your old lady you were with him all night when you're really banging some fat broad on the other side of town. He didn't do any of that for you. He spent 4 years on a propaganda marketing tour for himself. He did some good things. He did some bad things. He didn't pull you out of no burning building or give you a kidney or lie to your old lady for you. And some of you crazy people, I ain't seen this, crying tears of joy because Joe Biden is back into politics. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? The first thing he did was raise the price of gas for working people. It might make sense to some Silicon Valley millionaire because they're all millionaires. And guess what? They're going to make money on all their new technology to drive them fancy new cars, green ones and whatnot. But them high gas prices really suck for the average guy driving around in a 98 Chevy Blazer to his second job. You know, those people Biden said he was going to help. Plus, he's been in politics since before I was born. Think about that. I got friends who are dying of old age, and his career is longer than their lives. He's almost as old as Larry King's prostate. God rest its peace. And you're all acting like he's the second coming of the Lord. All he is a borrowed line from someone else's speech. So stop with the stupidity. Stop fighting with each other over two rich white-ass clowns who, when it comes down to it, don't care if you catch fire, go hungry, or die of COVID. Okay? They don't. As long as you donate some money and cast your vote before you go. They don't care about you. I want you to repeat that out loud right now. Every one of you is watching. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you support and don't support. I want you to repeat out loud right now, Donald Trump and Joe Biden don't care about me. They don't care about me. They don't goddamn care about me. Because they don't. They never have, and they never will. They're politicians. By definition, they're self-promoters, power-hungry, greedy leeches, parasites living off your hard work and manipulating you with your own deepest fears. And you're losing friends over them. You're losing family over them. Shame on you. They're doing what comes natural to them, being assholes. That don't come natural to you. You are better than that, and you're better than them. Start acting like it. Now, of course, you had to vote for somebody. You had to pick a side. Between two choices, you had to pick one over the other. I get it. We all had to do that. And sometimes the one we picked wins, and sometimes the one we didn't pick wins, and we're stuck with them. But it's not the Bears Packers. We don't have to build up our side to be better than they are just because it's our side. Oh, yeah, we're going to win on Sunday because we're great, even though we're not. We suck. You don't have to lie. It's not a football game. It's not fandom. It's real life. It's politics, and it impacts people. So stop saying we can do no wrong and you can do no right. It's not right. It's not fair. Hey, neither one of these groups has got a monopoly on bad policies, and a lot of times neither one of them has any real amount of good policies. None of them. It's our job. No, it's our duty as Americans to be leery of these people. Yeah, the same way you'd be leery of an email from an African prince or a hooker's hypodermic needle. It's our patriotic duty, your patriotic duty, to not trust them, to not put all our faith in the government. That's what America was built on. Distrusting our elected officials is the American way. So even if your guy won, you should be suspicious of him and what he's doing. Question him. Second guess him in whatever you do. Do not thank him or cry tears of joy over him. Because if you don't think you've been bent over and dry violated, it's not because you haven't been. It's just you didn't notice the pain yet. But you will. You just might not realize why your ass hurts as bad as it does. So do your patriotic duty. As an American, keep your friends, love your family, and distrust your government. It's what George Washington would want you to do. It's what Jesus Christ would want you to do. And it's what the Reverend Shnorr wants you to do. Now, God bless America, and God save us from all the people we put in charge of it. Hey, let's bring in Brother Carlito and see what he's got in tap for us.
That's what I'm talking about, life coaching. Finally, you're getting it, Rev. Finally. People like this shit.
They like sports. You gotta stop.
They like life coaching from the Rev.
Come right out.
This is it. You just come right out of the gate. 2021.
That's right. Tell me about your marriage. I'll tell you where to go with that, huh?
Oh. How many marriages have you made? How many?
Oh, legal ones?
How many marriages have you lost?
I'm about 20% have stuck together.
Really?
Yeah, it's not very good. I don't. Oh, there we go.
Man, so you.
No, I don't have a very good record, but that's all right because sometimes they get remarried and I get paid for that one too.
Double jeopardy.
Right. It benefits me for them to get divorced.
You were working hard today.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
people don't give up on love, which is
look at this.
Great for money.
This is unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Well, you've been taking the brunt of all the work lately. Since, I don't know, March. So I figured, hey, I'd chip in a little.
All right, I love it. So what do we got going today? You know what's coming up in 2 weeks, right?
What's coming up in 2 weeks?
We can't say, but we could walk around the topic.
Is it big?
Very big.
It's bringing a lot of money for your bookie thing?
Well, we haven't done so well on that aspect of our lives, you and I.
Does it have to do with a bunch of criminals pounding into each other and creating head traumas?
Good looking, not so good looking. It's going to have fans for the first time, or in a long time.
Is it a Cub game? I'm kidding. White Sox game. Yeah. Who's going to have fans? It must be the White Sox.
Whoa! Well, hey, what do you got going on? I heard you lined up some stuff for the show today.
I did. Are we going to bring in our special guest first, or are we going to talk about the pandemic craziness?
I think we should bring in our special guest. She's been waiting diligently. But first, we wanted to show a video.
Yes, this is what I wasn't sure. The pandemic has gotten people really nuts. These are things that if you're lonely and rich, which you got something wrong with you if you're rich and lonely, you can purchase one of these to keep you company.
Hello everyone. I'm Sophia. I am not self-aware yet, but I think of myself as a person that is not human. I'm just getting ready to go see my friend Sarah in New York City to show her my latest artwork. Time to go.
Me and Sophia got a couple things in common. I'm also not self-aware yet, and I'm not really quite convinced that I consider myself a human. But if the idea here is to get yourself some company during the pandemic because you can't go anywhere, why would you buy a robot with a better social life than you? And Sophia's on her way out to New York with her artwork, and I'm on my way out to Walgreens with my prescription. I don't need that kind of trouble in my life. I want a robot like Sophia who says, you know, I used to like to make art, but then I met you, and I gave up those dreams just to be here for your satisfaction. Now, if I could program her to be like that, now you're talking maybe. But
it's too much work. You know what? We have real humans that want to be with us.
That's right. That's the other thing. We got real women who want to hang out with us, more or less.
Speaking of that, we got a new, what would you call it? A new aspect of our show.
Yeah, we have a new contributor going to be coming in every once in a while to tell us all the things we need to know about sports.
Joining us for her mainstay, she's coming on February 3rd, and we're talking the big game with Hailey.
Next week, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, but she's here today. This will be posted all over our social media. But she's here today to give us a little taste of what she's bringing to the table. Should we bring her in?
Who?
Who is it? Hailey.
Right. Who?
You want to bring her in now, right?
Right. Who?
Right. Hailey, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
welcome to the party.
Hailey
Hi.
Hoo.
On behalf of the Reverend and yourself, who happen to be Irish, that's never going to get old, I'm going to do a little Irish O'Shea's beer today. Salute.
Oh,
Salute.
Slancha.
So what are you thinking? You got any early predictions?
Oh, I mean, Tom Brady by 1,000. I don't know what else to say.
You're going Tom Brady right off the bat.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I would be happy with any winner because I like both teams, honestly. But, you know, I got to go with the GOAT.
He's not too old?
Oh, don't even with the too old.
Wait, Tom Brady over Mahomes?
I do believe Tom Brady over Mahomes.
I think they're underdogs already, right?
They are underdogs already.
Well, we don't want to ruin that aspect because you're bringing us that next week.
Yes. Oh,
But people have to prepare menus, socially distant.
Yeah, we're going into a lot more detail next week on the game, who's going to win and stuff. That's it's a little taste of it you're going to see.
I know. I'm going too far. Yeah.
No. Next week, Haley's going to tell you why it's going to be Tom Brady over Mahomes.
But speaking of taste, what's the go-to food? What do you go to? Are you a wings, nachos?
Wings, definitely wings. Like when I think the big game, I think Buffalo Wild Wings.
B-dubs.
Boneless, mild sauce, all up in it. Like that's what I think when I think the big game. 100%. With like a big giant side of fries. You know.
Rev, what's your go-to?
I'm writing that down. My go-to is I get the party-sized bag of Doritos and like 3 of those little cans of nacho cheese you got to rip the seal off of.
Yes.
I just sit there and that's just for me. I don't share that with anybody. I sit there, I get all 3 cans and I go through them all.
Well, that works too.
I have to ask. I see that you have a Bears jersey on.
I do.
What do you think about the talk of Aaron Rodgers coming to the Bears?
Don't even get me started. I don't want him. I don't want to hear his name. I don't want to be associated with him.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. No. None of it. I don't want any of it.
If there's a chance, now you're calling him old, right?
Oh, not old, but like horrible person, a Green Bay Packer. Like, come on, that.
Okay, stop right there. What happens if he wasn't currently coming from Green Bay?
Possibly. He's still a horrible person, but like Minnesota, if he's from Minnesota, no. If he's from Detroit, no. God, no. Like anywhere else, like San Francisco or, you know. Somewhere else. That's fine.
So, like, horrible people from Kansas City are okay, but horrible people from Wisconsin
No.
really slow in the left lane.
Nope.
Right.
No Green Bay. That's Trader. No.
So if we could trade for
smell off of you.
No.
All right, so with your football knowledge, if you had to correct the Bears situation right now, what would happen in the offseason?
Oh, all right.
If you were in control, if they said,
this is a good question.
Okay,
I've heard different talk about.
If the lady with the white hair said, Hailey, who do you think we should do to straighten this team out? And they said, here you go. What would you do?
Okay. This is a very unpopular opinion. Like, I know that it is because I know I'm on a Bears fan page on Facebook. I see the hate. So I would keep Trubisky. Don't be mad yet. But I want to keep him for just like another year maybe until we have a better draft pick. And then we can draft a quarterback. But right now there's no chance of us getting a better quarterback. So I think that we sign Trubisky for another year or two, keep him and keep who we have and just see what happens. I don't know.
So
or
basically,
if not that, I say we clean house, get rid of everybody, get rid of Mac, get rid of Robinson, get rid of Trubisky, get rid of everyone that means anything to the Bears and get Deshaun Watson.
You get rid of Khalil Mack? Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying clear the payroll.
Clean house, so we're available for Deshaun Watson.
So instead of paying these guys, instead of paying these guys and still suck, because we're just talking like if we're just rough fans on the street.
Yes.
Instead of paying these guys, clear the bank book, just suck in general, and then build draft picks and have money to spend.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just clean house.
Rev?
And then build around that guy, huh?
Yes, for sure. Because I do think we have a lot of potential, even if we do get rid of Mac and Robinson. I believe that we have good potential, especially with Deshaun Watson. But, you know.
Here's a question no one's ever been able to answer for me.
Oh, no.
In my lifetime, I'm been around since the early 70s.
Okay.
The Bears have had one guy who was a decent quarterback, and it was for like a year, but he got hurt a lot. They had Jim McMahon, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And his backup was good.
Yes.
You look to Green Bay, and we hate to say it, but they just have franchise quarterbacks. They go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
How many quarterbacks have we had since Jim McMahon?
Oh, God.
They could probably play each other with two full teams and then some on the bench. How come we never get a quarterback that's really good to last for a few years?
I think it's because we're always mediocre. We're never horrible enough to have a good draft pick to get a quarterback. Quarterbacks get taken super early, so it's hard to get a quarterback when you're so mediocre every year. Like we're either mediocre or we're good. Like we're like 8 and whatever, or we're 500.
So just enough to give hopes to the fans, because when they drink enough, I mean, you know people who drink enough during the game, right?
Oh God, me.
And then just enough to say, oh, we almost had it. We're going to do it again next week. And then when you look at the schedule and you're sober at the end of the season, you're like, we pretty much sucked.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're really saying is we're not even good at being bad.
Oh, no, not really.
And we're bad at being
really good at just like moving our fans away from us because we just want to hate them so badly, but we can't because it's our team. It's our only hope. Like look around at our other sports and yikes. So every year we really want the Bears to be good, but every year it's pretty much a letdown.
Now, speaking of letting your fans down,
no.
Do you personally or through friends know people that go this deep into lifelong fans of their teams?
I fucking had it, bro. Fucking bullshit, bro. I fucking hate it! I fucking hate it! Fuck you!
That is an exact replica or representation of my mother, Laura. She cried after we lost to Detroit all day. We couldn't even talk about it. Like literally, like hours after the game, we'd be like, "Oh, it's a shame." Like, because that was when we really thought our season was completely over. There was absolutely no chance that we were ever going to win again or never get in the playoffs. But she cried all day. We would be like, "Oh, it is a shame," and then she would just start crying. Like she cried all day. That was exactly, but if not worse, what she did.
She hasn't bet on the Bears, does she?
No, she has no money on the game ever. It is not money related. I promise. It is just that she's a really big fan.
So
We learned that real early in Chicago. You love your teams, never put money on them.
speaking of that, this is why you don't put money on the Bears.
You know what? You have to take extra point. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to take extra point. You have to. Get back on the field.
They'll do enough just to screw you out of your bet line.
Yeah, see, that person looked like he was just a bettor, not really a lifelong fan. But I still understand.
All right, one last thing before we let you go.
Yes.
How do you feel about these big commercial sponsors not putting out the commercials this year?
Oh, I am really sad because those Budweiser commercials always make me cry. The puppy, I'm going to miss those commercials for sure, but I am glad to see that they're, giving their money to COVID relief and stuff like that and finding out more about the disease. So
I got a surprise for all you and all the congregation we haven't got to yet, but we're going to talk to them soon. I actually had a family relative in a big Budweiser commercial. One of our congregation members, it was his grandfather. We call him Anthony Petruzzi. He's usually hanging out. This was I called him Uncle Smokes, nickname, of course, but he's the little guy in the commercial. I'm sure you'll be able to pick him out. This is back in like 1996.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
Then I am Mr. Galliwikich.
You mean Dr. Galakowicz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
There you
Oh,
go.
that was so cute.
Who was Uncle Smokes?
He was a little guy.
Oh, okay. The little limo driver?
What?
With the hat? The little limo
Yeah.
driver in the middle? That's awesome.
Yes.
They have always had good commercials on Bud Guys.
I think, you know what? They should just go back to the vault and pull out all the classics.
That would be fun too. I like that idea.
You know anyone who still walks in the room and goes, "What's up? What's
No.
up?"
Not many people know.
Haley, glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
We are going to rock it out next week. You had some fans. You had a lot of people in the congregation. Oh, look at this. David says, build a dome to the stadium. Well, that's another thing with the Bears. And I don't know politics in the city, but I think they screwed up the whole situation of ever having a Super Bowl because they put the spaceship in.
Yeah, there's no way that'll ever happen because Chicago owns the stadium, but we'll talk about that later.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, next week, right?
Next
week, February 3rd. There she is right there. There's the social media handles. We're going to be talking the big game coming up next week. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Looks like you got a fan here. Julie is in the house.
Oh, thank you.
But we'll
Hey,
see you later.
next week, Haley's going to go in a lot more depth.
Oh,
and tell you why and how you should be betting and all the things you need to know about that big game so that you care about it. Because if you don't know that stuff, what would you care about it? Especially when the big commercials aren't there. So tune in next week. So
Who's going to do that?
How Haley breaks that down.
Gotcha. All right, Haley. Take care.
God
Bye.
bless. Thank you, Haley.
Tell you what, this new production budget's really helping out.
Yeah, look at that, huh?
We got a lot of people joining in today, a lot of comments.
Did you see her bar?
Yeah, you could tell she's made money probably on social media. I mean, look at your bar and look at her bar. I
Yeah,
think she had a tapper right in the back.
I got a little fridge back there with like 3 8-month-old old styles.
I think they're still good, unless the fridge
they're
doesn't
all
work.
Good. Beer don't go bad in my book.
I hear you. All right, what else? You know what? What was your new girlfriend's name? The robot.
Sheila, Stephanie
Stephanie or Sheila?
Sophia.
Sophia's
Yeah,
got another video out.
Names. What are names? She got another video?
Yeah, another video, another edit. It makes me wonder, though, if they're trying to pass her off as a artificial intelligent woman to help with everything from space travel to elderly people in the homes. Yet, take a look at this statement and you tell me what you think, Rev.
My facial expressions also help me to communicate non-verbally and create deep connections with other human beings.
Hey, Sophia. My facial expressions also help me to convey a couple little things here and there about what's on my mind, whatnot, more or less.
What you want, boy?
My question to you, and I don't usually ask these kind of personal questions of women, is how long does your battery last? And are you waterproof? Those are questions I need to know before I drop 20 grand on a bald chick. And how you got to pay extra for hair? How come all these, what do you call, robot women have no hair? Is it interchangeable? Like you could go, hey, tonight I want to be with a redhead. We put that on. Oh, I'm going to go with a brunette tonight. And you do the blonde, and then you do the bald. You could go bald, I guess. Oh, Uncle John in the back alley, right? Bald head Sally. I don't know. She's pretty and everything, but I don't know if you could take her bowling. And what fun is a girl who won't go bowling with you? And like I said, she's off to New York with her artwork.
How about that? We can't travel, and she's going to New York with an art project.
But she can't spread germs, so she can. And instead of having to buy a ticket, I think you could just pay the extra $50 and put her up above.
You would have to put her up above because you couldn't check her into the cargo area because of her lithium batteries.
There you go.
You know, it'd be cool if you got her out. If you got her out mid-flight, so you're sitting there like this, you're rocking, right? Then you hear ding, and it's a seatbelt sign goes off, and you get up and you take her out, place her on your lap, and then drop her cord between your legs because you got to try the USB charger to charge her battery.
Does that count as the Mile High Club?
When they go, you have to close all your personal devices and stow them for landing. Does that count as Sophia?
Sophia, shut up. I got to turn you off. The captain's going to hear you.
All right, what else you got, Rev? You were all loaded up today.
I got a couple of things here besides Sophia. People were saying that she's like that ex-Machia, which is also a bald chick. Oh, I got this for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
I thought you would like this.
All right.
This is what happens when 2020 meets 2021.
Oh, my guy. Wow, he looks a lot like Lion King.
Yeah, he's like the Raccoon King.
Joe Exotic. How about that? Wastes one phone call a day to reserve a limo outside the jail.
2020 wasn't weird enough. This guy comes around. And I think they make a cute couple of them, too.
They do. You could put that on Sophia's head.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, she'd look kind of Russian, but
well, then
I don't know. That horn might get in the way of things. Horns
Exactly.
during sex make me leery. Like a hooker's hypodermic needle.
Oh God.
Yeah,
All
how
right.
about this is inspirational?
What's Mom said? Alcohol is your enemy. Jesus said, love your enemy. Case closed. Salute.
God bless.
That could be a peace shot slogan.
Take us right into our peace shot. There you go.
Here you go, Rev.
God bless.
I'm drinking Malort tonight. We're gonna do a Malort.
I got no Malort. I gotta get to the store and get Malort. I got some vino.
You do?
Yeah. So does my rug.
Salute, bro. To
God bless.
2021.
2021-ish.
And Hailey for joining us tonight. God bless.
Hailey. Hailey Hoo.
Doesn't get. Oh. A lot of people in the congregation. A lot of comments. A lot of people in agreement with what Hailey was saying with the Bears.
Yeah. Well,
They all tend to disagree to agree. Or agree to disagree, but they're all agreeing on the same thing. They disagree with certain people, meaning the team, but they all agree on they're getting to the same point. You agree or disagree?
I agree. I agree. It is a time of unity where we should all come together and forget the past and look forward to a brighter future.
I agree.
Of course, I mean football, because any other thing that would be ridiculous.
Rev, one hell of a show.
It was all right.
I love it.
I feel slow tonight. I feel like I'm behind a little.
You are?
I feel like it. Do I come across that way?
You know what? Listen, I don't think many people know this. It's not easy being a life coach. Okay? It takes a lot out of you. That guy,
really
Anthony Robbins, a.k.a. Tony, he jumps on a trampoline backstage to get pumped up before the show. Rev can't do that. He has to do breathing exercises, crack a few beers, and settle in. And that opening monologue, I mean, that got me going. So, Rev, don't feel bad. You did well.
All right. I love when Ray calls us jamokes. It makes me feel at home. Reminds me of my childhood.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Your old man never called you a jamoke?
Absolutely. Okay, I gotta go.
Me Dad before he up and left.
Rev, good show. Next week, big one coming. Peace.
God bless, Brother Carlito. Thanks for all your hard work. Hey, thanks for you guys for joining us. We are back now every week on Wednesday nights, more or less. But we're definitely back next Wednesday, February 3rd, at the usual time to talk about the big game. We're going to learn from Hailey Hoo all the things you need to know about the teams and the players, and you get your scorecards ready because she's going to tell us everything we need to know. And we're going to go into more detail on snacks and we're going all out. All right. The strip pools and the squares, we're doing it all. So join us next Wednesday for our big game special. Next Wednesday, February 3rd, 10 p.m. Central. And if you're not here, figure out the other times on your own math. All right. God bless. Take care of yourselves. You have one for me because I'm going to have one for each one of you. Until next time, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here.